tip my hat to Kirk and his staff and their players. This has always been a hard-fought battle, and this was, all the same. I mean, it was just a Big Ten brawl, and two teams that went at it, and I think went at it the right way. And, we were just very fortunate to come out on top. So, this is not the destination. This is one of our goals, but you obviously are thrilled about it. And you enjoy it tonight, and then you wake up and you talk about the task at hand. That's going 1-0 next week, and our seniors' last Big Ten road game. And I challenge our seniors on Monday that we're going to go this last month, 2 months, where they take us, and I thought they played outstanding today, and I'm very thankful for them. So I'm sure you have some questions. I'll answer those now.
By the cap on your head, it would appear that you were prepared for this set of scenarios.
I can't take credit for being prepared. I got to give credit to our equipment staff. Curtis Shaner obviously does a great job, and Eric and Mikey V do a great job. And on Friday, they told me that they had brought the stuff. If we won, would I like to use it? And I said, absolutely. Meaning the whole thing worked out, and it did. So that's a big deal.
This is a big deal. How big a deal is this for you in the program?
Well, this team has overcome a ton of adversity, Teddy. I mean, you start off the season the way we did with, a quarterback coming off of a major knee surgery to fight his way to get back on the field for the opener. Same thing with Nate Hall. There were other guys too. And then we got beat up. We had a bunch of injuries. We lost some tough games there. And the brotherhood that's in that locker room is the glue that's kept everything together. I mean, if that's one thing that I would say about this group, the brotherhood is special. And, it starts and ends with our seniors. And, those captains have been great all year. It's tough to see Montre go down, but, we have another guy step up. But he's been great all year. Tommy Doles has been great all year. Obviously Clayton has been just a warrior. He's overcome so much and some good games, and some he'd like to, wish he had some different outcomes. But that's the deal. That's what you sign up for as a quarterback. And, then Patty Fisher is a young pup, obviously playing really good football. So just proud of our leadership and really proud of our seniors. And we're bowl eligible, so that's cool. That's a big deal.
For the Clayton had been struggling a lot for the big play against Skowronek. What made you decide to take that shot there, and how well did he deliver it?
Well, first of all, it was a ridiculous catch. I mean, I don't know how he caught the ball. I don't think anybody in the building knew he caught the ball. From my vantage point, I thought it was overthrown because I couldn't see it because it was blocked. And then he gets up with the ball. I was like, are you kidding me? I think it shows great resiliency by Clayton because, there were some balls that were tipped that were picked, and tips lead to picks. The one on Flynn, man, that's I got nothing to say about that besides that's a bad deal. And, the next one, we tipped the ball, and that's Iowa. They play great zone defense. They lead, I think, the conference in interceptions. And, so good for them. But we put the fire out, on the one turnover. We held them to nothing, and that was the difference in the game. But, Clayton's the all-time winningest quarterback in this program's history for a reason. He's tough. He's gritty. He's a big-time player, but more importantly, he's a big-time person, and I'm just honored to be his coach.
Isaiah had the best game running the ball of his career today. What do you make of him having that performance against this team with these kind of stakes?
Yeah, hostile environment, 5th-ranked rushing defense in the country. Credit's got to start up front. Those guys, were able to find creases, and, I thought we mixed some things up pretty well. I thought we had some good diversity in what we were trying to get accomplished up there. And, obviously IB was just a workhorse, so it's, there's a direct correlation to be able to have balance and be able to have a young man play as big as he did.
You talked about diversity in the running game. Yeah, you had, Slater and Thomas pulling on that touchdown. I don't think I'd seen that before. Is that new?
No, we run a lot of, it's called truck. It's a pin pull scheme. We always self-scout just like everybody does. You look at certain things you do out of certain formations and then how people are defending you. And sometimes you're right on with what you assume people are going to do, and sometimes you're wrong. But I think our offensive staff has done a really good job putting together plays that fit what we do personnel-wise. Now that we've been able to identify some guys who can make some plays, pretty well here over the last month, and that's going to obviously continue to have to be a challenge as we move forward the next 2 weeks.
Another call, there's 3rd and 9, and you give it to Chad up the middle after that one.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Give them what the people want. The people want more Hanaoka. And that's the bottom line.
That was just a great.
That was a great call by Mick. Yeah, no, I mean we were expecting a certain look by them, and if we got it, there's a chance that it could pop for an explosive run. If we didn't, you know what? We took risk out of it. We're going into the wind. We're far from being in field goal range, especially with our kicking situation the way that it was today. And, you know, I thought it was a really good call by Mick. I thought he called a really good game.
You guys made them throw 41 times. That's not in their DNA most of the time. What were you guys able to do against the run that kind of forced them to do that?
Well, you know, I think anytime you face Iowa, you face Wisconsin, you face some of the teams that are going to have lead back schemes, you've got to fit gaps right. You've got to be really strong at the point of attack. And then your second and third level players have got to fit properly, and they have to tackle. And it looked like, for the most part, we fit plays pretty well. It didn't look like we missed a lot of tackles in the run game. We missed some, obviously, on the perimeter in their sight adjust stuff. And when, you know, the boxes, that's the great thing about what they do offensively, is they give a lot of opportunity for the quarterback to go out and make plays. And Nate saw things and took advantage of them. And when we tackled them, they were minimal gains. When we didn't, we gave up explosion pass plays. But, you know, the difference in the game was our ability to create some turnovers there down the stretch. And you know, it was obviously just critically important.
You've been talking about winning the Big Ten West basically since you got here. Is there something that makes this team special that they will finally get there?
Yeah, I think their ability to overcome adversity and the brotherhood that's the glue that's kept them together. You know, and then that's in that locker room. You know, it's been pretty special in my time, and I'm just very fortunate to be their coach. It is a terrific group of young men, and no one is more frustrated when we don't have success than us. Trust me, nobody, because they work just relentlessly in everything that they do, and to see them rewarded for that relentless effort, you know, it goes back to what we value. You know, our two cornerstones are the choice of an attitude and the choice of an investment. And investment is consistent hard work over time. It takes time. You know, I was sitting there looking, I think John Wooden won his first NCAA championship like year 16. I'm a Wooden disciple. I'm like, love everything he does. So we're not going to get there this year, but we're at least going to be able to put a Big Ten West trophy, you know, in the case. And obviously we got 3 big games ahead of us now to make it be a real special and significant year.
Along those lines, at what point will you start using the words Rose Bowl around them? If you haven't?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't yet, but I mean, there's the only thing that we can control is winning this game coming up next week. And if we take care of that, then it'll be on to the next against our rival on Thanksgiving weekend. So, you know, for us, they've been pretty focused. I mean, I didn't hide the opportunity this week. I mean, hey, we can control the West if we win on Saturday in Iowa City. And if some things happen, we could be putting a trophy in the case here with 2 weeks to play. Anybody want to sign up for some of that? And they're all like, yeah, right? So, all right, we need some help. So what do we can just keeping it real? You know, I'm not a believer in, hey, don't tell them, because they're going to go on Snapchat and Twitter. And, you know, so, you know, you got to embrace the suck when it's not good and embrace the fun when it's awesome. So, hell yeah, I told them, and I'm going to tell them even again. You know, that's what I just said, and we'll talk more about it on Monday. But, yeah, I mean, that's a long way away.
The moment where you told the guys that you had won the West, can you just describe like everything going through your head in that moment and like what that moment was like?
Yeah, it was really emotional. Yeah, it was really emotional. I'm just so proud of them. I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of the staff. You know, we've been together for a long time, and especially our seniors. Now, I mean, our 4th and 5th year guys have won a lot of big games. They've been through a bunch of tough defeats that they've battled. I mean, like last week. I mean, we got that thing right where we want it, a 1-score game with 7 minutes, and we don't get 3 third down stops. You know, and so, you know, there's just something about this brotherhood that makes it just such a joy and a privilege to be around every day. And I just hope, you know, as Hawk Harrison would say, just don't stop now, boys, right? Just keep going. So hopefully they'll keep going. Hawk, right?
Hawk.
Yeah, Southside, White Sox. Yeah.
You mentioned the adversity you guys have been facing this season, and when Montre left earlier, like after Trey and Jared both weren't in this game as well, what went through your head when you saw him come out with an injury, and how do you think the next man up mentality reacted?
Well, I think I have evidence that if the next guy steps up, we can win. So maybe they'll listen even more as we go forward, because we've had a lot of that this year. And today's game was a prime example of it. You know, we've got 3 out of our 4 starters down, and then, you know, really then we were down 4 then. 3 going, yeah, it was pretty crazy. So, you know, Matt McPherson's doing a great job in year 1. You know, I'm really proud of him. You know, when Jerry retired, the first person to come in my office was Matt and said, listen, you know my feelings about being on defense. I want to move back to defense if you feel like I'm the right guy. And I didn't hesitate. And so, you know, really proud of the job he's doing leading that group, but more importantly, the job that the guys are doing stepping up. And the credit goes to the man in the arena, and those guys stepping up today was awesome.
Did you say anything to Clayton one-on-one after the game?
I haven't had a chance. It was pretty packed locker room. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm sure we'll talk, but that's for down the road.